Hi everybody, I'm here to say a few words about the work of Maya Schweizer and about the project she took place last summer, and the project that I was co-curating. Actually, I was in charge for the part for the public program. The project was Biomega Multiverso. This is the publication, and yeah, the public program that I created was named "All Images Will Disappear." But why Maya Schweizer, and in which way Maya Schweizer? First of all, usually, Maya's work deals with identity, biography, politics, history, uh, mm, memory. In the case of Insolite, it seems to address the question of visibility and the symbolic role of landscape. Um, for for the ones that don't know about Insolite is a video production. It's actually a documentary about the big silent volcano of Vesuvio in Italy, in Naples actually. Insolite has been produced between 2015 and 2017, but has been released only in 2019. The work of Maya is actually a very interesting work if you compare and if you consider, actually it's better if you consider the rule of images today, and the rule of images not only in art but mostly in science, geology, and so on. Why geology? Because in Insolite, Maya makes use of thermal camera and of these images that are actually used by geologists to record and to check the temperature of the landscape. All the images will disappear was the third part of the public program that I created for Cosimo Veneziano's project Biomega, that I showed you, of which I showed you the publication. And why all the images will disappear? The title actually refer to the function of images and the possibility of the digitality that digitality gave us. Um, I start from a definition of Agostino. Actually, not from a definition, from the fear of Agostino. Agostino was actually quite concerned. Sant'Agostino, actually, Saint Augustine, was quite concerned for the about images, about the role of images, about the function of images, and about and the possibility of and the influence of images over people. According to Agostino, image is a temptation, and the word and the iconic sign that are in the word are in a way a continuous temptation for men and women. Today, for me today, the risk lies the risk of the images lies in misleading the function of images. And why misleading? Because we are not anymore. We are actually surrounded by images, but we are not anymore surrounded by images that we are not anymore surrounded by that images we were familiar with. We are now in a sort of we are now in a constant and continuous relationship with informational objects, and this informational object can enrich the perception that we have of the world, but they can also actually push us to very complex and ambiguous vision of the world. Insolite is I choose Insolite. I choose to screen Insolite for the third part of the public program, because Insolite, in one hand, adds information, and on the other hand, it tried to destroy in the other hand, it tried to erase and to destroy the common knowledge of common knowledge and around Mount Vesuvio and around Naples in particular. In one hand, Insolite is it had information about the control and the scientific diagnostic of the Mount Vesuvio, and in the other hand, it erased and it destroyed the idea of postcard that we have of Naples. I'm from Naples, and I remember when Maya started with this project, I was actually trying to convince her I was actually debating with her about the idea of Mount Vesuvio that would have been released after the end of the production. Yeah, and for me, the one of the best thing of Insolite is that Insolite is giving a sort of very complex and multi-layered image of the city of Naples and of the Mount Vesuvio.